What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is season 1, episode 4 of Getting Real. This episode's going to be called The Grind. And the reason for the grind is everybody knows it's getting hot out there. It's getting tough. You gotta deal with the pleasure boaters, the wake boats, everything, and most importantly the heat. It's tough to stay out there, but you just gotta push through it. You gotta have that mindset of, let's grind it out. So that's why this episode is going to be called The Grind. And I'll kind of break down what's changed from the last video, or what's remaining the same, and kind of our mindset on the decisions we're making in this video. So right off the bat here, you're going to see a change from that last video. In the last video, we were fishing a lot closer to the bank. And the reason for that was the fish were relating to the wood. Seemed like anywhere there was a lay down in the water, we could scope that lay down, and there were fish, just piled up in there. And in this episode, we had been fishing for about an hour and a half up to this point, and it just seemed like the fish that we were needing were not in that brush this week. So I said, let's go out here and let's scope this main creek channel, see if there's any bait out here. And we went out, and there was some bait, and there was some fish up pretty high in the water column. So we chased those fish around a little bit, and yeah, here it is.
I told you if we got in there, we'd catch them. There was 3 more in there.
So watch this clip real close right here. You'll notice a boat coming by, and I throw my hand up to wave at them. And as soon as I threw my hand up, I had one about rip the rod out of my hand. I was not expecting this. I did not see this fish on the scope at all. And yeah, it about cost me.
They're in this creek channel, dude. Yeah. Hell yeah, get up there and get you one. Oh yeah. Dude, I told you we was gonna catch one out of here. Gonna help.
Right here in this clip, we need a change of scenery. I wanted to run some stuff where I've caught some largemouth before, so I run back in this marina, and there was just a big wad of fish sitting over about 10 foot deep, and they weren't moving at all. So I was kind of curious to see if they were bass or not, and it ended up being a school largemouth.
Here, switch me.
We did make a mistake right here. We wasted a little bit too much time messing with a fish that wasn't going to help us, and by the time my buddy got back on the scope, the water fish was gone, and I feel like we could have probably hammered those fish had we kept them fired up. And right here ends up being our best fish of the tournament. I could see this fish laying over here under this pontoon, and I was really not convinced that it was a bass. The way that it was just sitting there, I was thinking it was a carp. But again, you know, if you were seeing these fish, cast at them. If they react to it, you know, sometimes these fish aren't always moving around and chasing. They'll just be piled up somewhere, staying cool. And that's exactly what I would be doing.
You can get rid of that other one.
We're going to have to see which one goes.
Huh?
We got to see what goes. I don't know which one goes.
Look at that one.
Yeah, buddy. At this point, we were running out of time, and we just had to go and throw some Hail Marys and just hope for another big bite. And, you know, this probably wasn't the area to do it because there should be a welcome sign on this community hole. But we ended up catching a couple of fish right here. They weren't helpers, but, you know, it's always fun catching them.
Maybe.
You're about to get eaten. Good one?
It's probably a walleye. It's a bass.
Ain't a bad one. So day 2, I wanted to run a few areas that I had caught some fish recently that I didn't fish yesterday. And the conditions were just amazing. Bluebird skies and absolutely no wind. I just love it. And it was, I knew it was going to be tough, but I just wanted to, again, grind it out and try to find a few fish that I may have missed yesterday and kind of look around and see if I could find any new schools of fish that had showed up. But again, I knew that with the conditions that it was going to be tough.
No, it's smallmouth. And a good one. Is it good?
Yeah.
I mean that. Hell, he about jumped up the boat.
Scenarios like this is another reason it's called the grind. These wake boats, man, when they go by, they will throw some nasty wake. And, you know, sitting out in this all day, it just beats you up. It's really hard to scope in it. My trolling motor was actually coming out of the water when we were riding these wakes, and you just got to get in that mindset to push through it in order to find some fish. I do want to say this about the wake boats. It seemed like in this day, when the wake boats were going by, it was creating that current and it was stirring the bait up, and it seemed like the fish around were getting pretty fired up when the waves were hitting. I know it's rough to sit in it, but you just got to keep that positive mindset and figure out ways to catch them.
That's a real big one. Yeah.
He'll help our cause. So right here, I end up reeling in a walleye, and those are always fun to catch because they're good to eat. And I'm about going to wrap the video up here. It's got really hot at this point. We had planned on fishing half a day, and it was a little bit after 12 at this point, and it was getting brutally hot. We were wore down, so we were going to go ahead and call it a day. I appreciate you guys watching. Give us some love, and we'll see you guys soon.